Welcome back. I am so excited for this video today because this is something that I've never done and something that I just wasn't super keen on for the longest time, and that is ordering plants online. I've always just been super skeptical about the condition that they come in, and then also paying shipping fees, which do tend to be a bit expensive for like live plants, obviously. But I did order some new plants online for the first time, so we're gonna see how those came, if they survived, and they should. I mean, it didn't take a whole lot of time to ship, honestly. So the plants that I got were from Gabriella Plants, and I actually got 5 different plants. All of them are quite small, but it came in like this pretty decent sized box. And I mean, Gabriella Plants, or Gabriella, I think is how they say it. I listened to their podcast as well, and that's how they said it on their podcast, but they are pretty well known for like having good quality plants, so I'm expecting good things from them. But yeah, I guess we'll have to see. So I'm gonna open it up and then show you each one, and we're gonna just kind of see how they are. So it looks like they're quite well wrapped. Loads of packing peanuts, but it looks like the plants are all individually wrapped in there. So we'll take them all out and then I think unpack each one by one. Oh, I love when like companies are really personal. So I mean, this is just like a small thing, but it has the packed and shipped by, and you can't see it on the camera just because it's so bright, but it says who it was packed and shipped by. Thank you, Court, for doing that and taking such good care of them. Okay, so it honestly looks like they were packaged pretty well. There's one that I'm concerned about because I did get one Calathea, and Calatheas are just finicky anyways, so I can't imagine that it shipped super well, but that's one that had a lot of leaves, I think, so if we do lose any leaves, it should still look fine. But I'm gonna go in order of, I got a couple more common plants and then a few that are more uncommon. So I think I'm gonna go in order of like the most common to the least common. And I'm not gonna tell you the names of them before I open them, just so it's a surprise for you, because I'm a sucker for surprises when I can actually keep them, because I usually get too excited and then I end up not being able to keep those surprises a secret. But we're gonna do that for the video because I think I can withstand 5 extra minutes. Oh, and something fun that Gabriella Plants, or Gabriella, I will say Gabriella, I just struggle remembering, but they do the little, every plant has a story stake, so you can scan the little QR code with your phone, and I'm not sure exactly what it does, but I've heard them mention it, and I do want to try that out, so maybe we'll do that after we like unpackage the plant and see what's in it. So one of the reasons that I chose to order from Gabriella Plants was because I feel like they just are well known for having good quality plants, and just really knowing how to take care of them. But I feel like each shop has like their specialty, and like Steve's Leaves, for instance, they're really well known for their begonias, and they have a lot of like begonia varieties that are proprietary to Steve's Leaves. Similarly, Gabriella Plants has like their Rio and Gabby philodendron that are like specialties of Gabriella Plants. So I feel like, that being said, they're really good at bringing out the variegation of their plants. So the variegated plants, if I choose to get variegated plants, I'd probably go to them. That being said, this is the most ultra common plant that I bought from them. It's a golden pothos. And the reason I got it from them is because they're really good with their variegation. So I knew that it would be like a super pretty, highly variegated golden. And I mean, it's just cute. I mean, it's so pretty. It's got such good variegation on the leaves. And my golden pothos, you can't see it because like it's back there covered by the monstera. It's got some variegation, but not much. It honestly looks more like a jade pothos at this point. But yeah, they're golden, super cute, and it's a good size actually. It's trailing quite a bit, and it's just in a 4-inch pot. It does have some cotton up here, so I'm gonna take that off and take a look at exactly how this looks underneath there. But I mean, the leaves look all good. They're a bit bent, of course, from being like packaged tight together, but that's gonna happen. They're not damaged or anything. They actually packed so many little like cuttings into here and stuff, which I love. I love utilizing the space that you have. And all of the vines have so many massive aerial roots on them. So it all looks really, really healthy. that is the golden pothos. So I'm super pleased with that. I think he's super cute. And of course, once he like kind of gets used to being not in packaging and kind of to this area of my house and everything, I think he's gonna look lots better. But yeah, I'm super excited to see how he does. Okay, so the second one we're gonna go through, once again, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna tell you what it is until we get it unwrapped and everything. And I guess we'll go through the plant stakes. Sorry for this noise. We'll go through the plant stakes at the end, I think, just because I really am like quite eager to get all of these unwrapped. All right, so this one is a Calathea. I don't know how you say it. It's an umbrella plant, which I actually just got an umbrella tree the other day, like a full-on like 12-inch pot. But this is their variegated one. And like I said, I will always go to Gabriella Plants for variegated plants. And I mean, this is exactly why. It's so cute. It's in a little 4-inch pot. This one does have a bit more like signs of damage than the pothos, but I mean, can you tell there's any damage? It's so minimal, and that just shows how little damage was on the pothos. This one, I believe they called it a Schefflera arboricola dazzle. So yeah, just the variegated one, I guess is called the dazzle variegation variety. I don't know. But I think he's super cute. Definitely one of my first umbrella plants that I've gotten. So I'm excited to see how he does. Okay, moving on to the next one. And this is probably the one that I'm most worried about in terms of damage on him. I mean, that kind of gave away which one it was. Sorry, should have kept that a surprise. Sorry, I just realized as well, they're packaged in this like foam. And then they've got like mesh on the side to like keep the plant all together. Yep, so this is the Calathea. Oh my goodness, I'm spilling soil everywhere. I know it's a Calathea, but they give it a different name here. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce it, but it's the setosa exotica. I just got it because it's got these super pretty, you can't see it because it's really dark, but like they're like a blue, green, very, very gray colored leaf. It's a lot lighter in person than it's appearing on camera. Like these banded bits, the light ones, are much more blue. But I think he's super cute. I think once he settles as well, I think they're gonna kind of separate a bit. It's just been so like squeezed together in the packaging that yeah, it's gonna just be like that. And like I said, this one is going to be, school just got out, bus just passed. But this one's gonna be a little bit more damaged than the other ones because Calathea leaves already brown and crisp up really easily. So if it's gonna show damage through shipping, like this is gonna be the plant to do it. So there's lots of little brown tips and stuff, but that's totally fine. There's loads of new leaves growing in as well. So that's super exciting. I love how tall he is too. Like for a 4-inch pot, he's so tall. Let's take a look at the soil though. It's honestly quite impressive how much cotton they managed to pack into the top of the pots here on top of the soil. I mean, soil looks good. I don't know what else I was expecting, but there looks to be a lot of new growth coming in at the bottom, which is super exciting. I reckon that this is going to be kind of root bound soon though, just because of how much plant there is versus pot, but I'm kind of just gonna ride it out until it stops putting out as nice new growth, and then we'll kind of cross that bridge, I guess. But he looks super good right now, so I'm super happy about him. It's my first Calathea for a while, so I hope I can keep him happy. I think I'm gonna put him in my bathroom to get lots of humidity, but I think he's really cute. These next two are ones that I've never had before. Like they're both, are they both philodendron? I think they're both philodendron varieties. Just not ones that I've ever had, and they're really small pots of them too, but I'm super excited. I love like the exotic philodendrons, just beyond your heart leaf and like all that sort of stuff. Ooh, this one I can already see through the mesh stuff has so many aerial roots on it. Ooh, this one's exciting. I like this one a lot. Let me grab my phone. Let me see exactly what this one's called so I can keep you guys more informed. It's so funny. Look how small this pot is for how big the plant is. That's so funny. I love that. Okay, so this one, this is a 3-inch pot, and I might butcher this pronunciation, but it is a philodendron bipennifolium. That's how I'm gonna pronounce it. Philodendron bipennifolium. And let me show you one of these more mature leaves so you can like really get a sense for the leaves on this. because at first glance, it feels a lot like a Burl Marx philodendron to me. But honestly, the leaves look, I mean, look how cool that leaf shape is. It's so fun. It kind of reminds me of a Florida ghost, which it could definitely be related. So if anybody knows better than me, just drop that in the comments. And if it is something like that, but that's just what it reminds me of right off the bat. It has all of these aerial roots, so it's begging to attach to something. I mean, that's insane. So I definitely need to give it some sort of pole or something to climb up. But yeah, it's so happy. Look at all these roots coming out. The leaves are like perfect. There's nothing wrong with them whatsoever. Even like the biggest one has no like blemishes on it from shipping, which is great. I love it. I don't see any roots peeking out of the bottom, which I would kind of expect there to be. But I mean, there's some roots that have like went into the bottom, like aerial roots. There's some roots down here. If it would stop focusing on my hand and focus on the plant. Aerial roots from this node looks like it has gone into the soil, and some of them have just like bounced straight back out. So that's something where I will probably have to repot it soon, but I'm just thrilled with this one. Honestly, it's such a cool looking plant, and once I get these leaves cleaned up, it's gonna be so pretty. So that one didn't have a plant stake, and I think that's because it's still such a new thing that they're rolling out, so not every single plant's going to have one. It's probably just like their most common plants that they have in. Okay, so last one, which is probably the one that I was most excited about seeing like still available on their website, and it's not a Rio or anything like that, just because I'm not that quick with purchasing on their website. This is just one that I've been wanting anyways, like for quite a long time, and it will make total sense when you see what it is, just because of the kind of plants that I always go off of, or the kind of plants that get me excited, I guess, just with look wise and all that sort of stuff. So the last plant is a silver sword philodendron, and like I said, it makes sense because I really love the silvery blue leaves on plants. So that is why this is kind of a no-brainer for when I saw it. It's just this single plant in the 4-inch pot. I know they had hanging baskets available too, which I just wasn't ready to spend that kind of money on a plant, especially if I was like shipping it for the first time, because I was just nervous. But look how pretty he is. Obviously, it's not gonna look as good as it could be once it like acclimates to the new environment and like, you know, it hasn't been stuffed up inside a box all day. It's such a pretty plant. I love the leaves on it. And like I said, this is kind of one that I've been looking for since a while actually, just because I like the color of the leaves and everything, and I like philodendron. This is another one that definitely needs something to climb on because it's got so many aerial roots coming out. So I definitely need to get it something because I just feel like it's gonna outgrow this little stick super quickly. But it looks so healthy and so, it's great. I love it. Now the problem is I don't have enough pots to plant all these in, or just like even cash pots to put them all in. So now that leads me to the next issue, which is finding pots for that, which people comment all the time asking where I find my pots. And it's like, I try to curate my pots to only get ones that I really, really like, but then there's only so many of those that you can find just within your like general vicinity, because I don't like ordering pots online if they're like ceramic or whatever, because they could break. I still will definitely, just because it's just inevitable. Kind of like I said, I wouldn't order plants online, and then I ended up ordering plants online. It's gonna happen eventually, but I just try to find them locally, and I just haven't found any recently. So I now need 5 new pots for all these plants, and I definitely don't have 5 pots available, but I guess that's something we're gonna have to cross when we get to that point. These are just gonna have to sit around the house for a while without no pots. Okay, so now I'm scanning those stakes that they had, like the plant stakes. I'm starting with the Calathea, and it's super cool. It says like when the plant was there at the greenhouse, I guess. So maybe that's when they like got it or planted it. And then who planted it. And this one was planted by Ethan. And then it says who watered it, cared for it, and hand selected. And then it has all of their signatures. And then it shows who packed and shipped it. So yeah, it's just so cool. It just has like the little background and kind of just everybody that kind of added to this plant and made it possible for me to even get this plant from like the start of them growing it to when they shipped it, which honestly gives it a whole lot more personality. And it makes you a bit more connected to them too, which is a great thing obviously, because you want to feel connected to your plants in that way, but also it kind of makes it a bit harder if you do end up having the plant struggle or potentially die, because you feel like it has like more of a history behind it. And then yeah, after looking at the golden pothos, it just does that for everybody, and it has a bunch of their signatures, and they're just like, it has all their little signatures on there, and they're just, I don't know, I love seeing the personality behind everybody's different like signatures and who made it possible for this plant to like be healthy and grow and like that sort of stuff. So super cool. I love that they implemented that. But those are all the plants that I got today. And honestly, 10 out of 10 recommend Gabriella Plants for ordering plants online. I think they have drops every single Wednesday at like 8 p.m. Eastern, I believe. So they like update their inventory every week. You have to be really quick if you want to get a Gabby or Rio or something like that. That's just really high demand and low quantity. And I'm kind of just waiting until they do build up their inventory a bit more so I do even have a chance of getting it, because I'm just not that quick and my internet's not good enough to get them on time. But definitely keep an eye out for that. They post inventory update lists covering like the big ticket items, I think every week before the Wednesday, either on Monday or Tuesday. I believe Tuesday's when they post it multiple times, but they for sure have it on Tuesday, potentially Monday. But yeah, honestly, these are all in such good condition, and I'm so happy with the variety, and they're so good. Even for like the uncommon and the common plants, just highly recommend them. So go check them out. I can put their website in my description box if I decide to put it there. That's where it's gonna be. And you can go check out what they have in stock. But honestly, yeah, they're great. And also their podcast is super cool too. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. This is definitely not gonna be the last time I order plants. So if you guys are interested in seeing more like unboxing videos of when I get more plants from online sellers, and just kind of like my review for them, let me know down in the comments because I definitely can film those for you. Otherwise, I might just open them up in my own home without a camera, but I like sharing it with you guys if it's helpful for you. So let me know about that, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.